What's up, everybody? Today it's going to be a smoked meatloaf day, and I'm going to do it on the Weber Smokey Mountain. Reason being, I can't get my garage door open. A wire came off track yesterday while I was trying to close it, not knowing that there was something blocking it. So I can't get my smoker out of the garage, and luckily I had the Weber is easily transportable, but it was already outside. So I already have the lit coals going on top. I have 2 hickory chunks, and I only had some scraps of some wood, small wood pieces of mesquite, so I threw some of those on there. So I'm going to put the dome on top of the bottom base, and then I'll take you guys inside and show you the meatloaf preparation. Okay, so we have, I'm going to fry some chicken legs. They've been marinating overnight. And I'm going to fry some lobster tails. See what that's all about. And since I'm doing the seafood thing, I might as well fry some shrimp. And I'm going to fry some of this whiting. And the star of the show is the meatloaf. So this is 2 pounds of ground chuck, not lemon. You know, you put, however you make your meatloaf, you're going to do the same thing, except instead of putting it in the oven, you're going to put it on a smoker. And it is delicious. So, you know, I have onions, green peppers, egg, salt, pepper, the basic stuff. Nothing fancy with this meatloaf. And then I'll throw some green beans somewhere in the mix. And that's what's going on. So let's go outside and see what's going on with the Weber Smokey Man. Sitting right at 300. There's the meatloaf. I was going to use that perforated pan, but I couldn't find it. So I had to use this. And then I did find it, but it was already too late because this thing is too hot, and when I tried to move it, it was starting to fall apart. So I'm just going to leave it on this pan. It's still going to get smoke on it. That's not an issue. I just didn't want the juices to pile up in the pan. But, oh well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this covered back up. I want to check the temperature, probably about an hour. I want it to get to 160 degrees, and then I'll pull it off and put some ketchup or barbecue sauce on top. As for now, I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up for the deep fry. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. And let's see what we're looking at. Alright, it has spread out a little bit. I'm using a little instant thermometer. And let's see what we got. Alright, I think it's done. Let's try one more spot. So now I'm going to get some ketchup and some barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna scoop all that fat off, and I'm gonna get some ketchup and barbecue sauce and baste it on there, let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll take it off. There's the meatloaf with the about half barbecue sauce, half ketchup, and I basted some on top of the meatloaf and the sides. So I'm gonna let that bake into the meat, maybe about 5 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it off and set it out and let it cool before I slice it. I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get it. By the way, the temperature that this thing has been at was around 350, which is fine. It's not a low and slow type of cook. It's just meatloaf, like you would cook it in the oven. 5 minutes later, this is what we have. I just used this Hunt's ketchup and the Heinz Memphis sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. Nothing special. Like I said, it's just meatloaf. But it's smoked meatloaf, which makes a big difference in the taste. So if you've never tried it before, give it a try. You know, make the meatloaf like you normally would. And then get your smoker going. 275, 300, 350 if you want. Put it on there for about an hour. Come back and check the temperature. We want it to get to 160. And then go ahead and baste it with whatever topping you would like. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this meatloaf. And let's see how it looks on the inside. Be right back. All right, here it is. It's got a nice smoke ring. And I did take a small sample of a little piece that broke off, and it is delicious. All right, so that's it for the smoked meatloaf on the Weber Smokey Mountain. I'm gonna go ahead and do the chicken and lobster tail. I'm gonna fry the lobster tail, some shrimp, and I bought a pack of smoked Gouda. Let's see if I can find it. Great value brand. Just happened to catch my eyes as I was walking down the aisle, so I'm gonna give this a try and pair this up with the smoked meatloaf. All right, folks. I may show you the fried lobster. I've never done it before. So if you don't see it after this video, that means I screwed it up. Here, I took my kitchen shears and I cut right down the back of the lobster tail and pulled the meat out. It's still attached, but it's out, sitting on top of the shell, so it'll look like that. And then I have the shrimp, and this is whiting. They're waiting to go into the deep fryer because I have 2 more pieces of chicken that need to be done. These are done already, as you can see, very crispy, just how I like it. Okay, well, everything's done. Fried chicken, fried lobster, shrimp and fish, and of course, star of the show, smoked meatloaf. Actually, you know what? I want to say this fried lobster tail is the star of the show. So basically, I double dipped the lobster tails, dry batter, wet egg wash, and then another dry batter, and then I deep fried them. I fried the chicken first because I don't want my chicken tasting like fish. And then you just have your basic seafood breading on the fish and shrimp. And surprisingly, that is pretty good. It's $1.98 in Walmart, so if you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. Will I eat all of this by myself? Before I go, just want to show you guys that the Weber Smokey Mountain is still going. It's at 275 right now. All vents are still wide open. Didn't have to add anything. So, you know, I could still be cooking on this if I needed to, but I think it's going on 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. And I don't know if I had to pick between this or the Old Country vertical smokehouse. I couldn't, because each one serves a purpose. I like this one for the long, unattended cooks, like say a brisket or pulled pork. And then I like the Old Country for the shorter cooks, ribs, chicken, stuff like that. So yeah, I'd keep both. They both work well.